Shroud Burnham, HA Preacher Man R&B, and this is another episode of Richard Lang Comics. This time we're doing another episode of Halloween Classics. This time I'm reviewing Silver Bullet. And what Silver Bullet's about is about this little kid, and he's paralyzed. And he rides around in this motorized wheelchair that his uncle's made for him. Now, this kid and his uncle's pretty close, but his uncle's kind of a drunk, and she doesn't want his uncle being a bad influence on her son. So she pretty much tells the uncle to get his act together, and he still has something to do with his nephew's life. He just got straightened out and get his act together. So what else is happening? There's this werewolf that is terrorizing this town, killing kids, and that's pretty much all he's attacking. I think he attacks one adult, but pretty much this werewolf's going after kids and killing them. So the townspeople are at has this uproar, and the preacher is trying to stop them from doing what they're doing. Come to find out, the reason the preacher is doing this is because actually the preacher is the werewolf. And the reason we find this out is because the werewolf tries to attack the little kid in the wheelchair, and he shoots his eye out with the firecracker. Well, after a couple of days, we see the preacher character again. He has a patched eye, so now we know that the werewolf is actually the preacher. And the kid knows this as well. So the preacher goes after the kid, trying to stop him. And the kid calls for the help of one of his neighbors, because the kid is in this barn with the preacher, because the preacher is pretty much trying to kill him. So he tries to get the help of this farmer, and the preacher transforms into a werewolf, kills the farmer, and then throughout this whole movie, the preacher's after the kid now. So the kid's uncle gets a gun with a silver bullet, and at the end of the movie, the preacher strikes again and is fighting the uncle, and the silver bullet falls in the vent. So the kid is trying to grab the silver bullet, and he's finally able to get it, and he's able to shoot the preacher in his other eye, and then the preacher de-transforms from a werewolf back to a human, and he jumps up for a little bit, but he winds up dying. And they're able to defeat the werewolf in this movie. But other than that, it's all that really happened. My question for y'all is, y'all have ever watched Silver Bullet? What did y'all like about it? As always, Rob Burnham, ATL Preacher Man, R&B Son Out. Guys, do you awesome. It's been an episode of Rich in the Comments. See you next time.